Hey, thanks for tuning in to Dan Warner Media. My name is Dan Warner. Today we're going to be talking about what happens after you book a job, whether it's your first job or second or third job or whatever. If you don't know, I'm about to tell you right now. Okay, so you got the call. Your agent called or the production company called if you did a self-tape, and they said those magic words, "You've booked the job." So now what happens? So I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens after you book an acting job. The first call you'll get, obviously, is from your agent. You've booked the job. The second call you're going to get is from the wardrobe department. They are generally the first people to call you. Now, I've actually been called because sometimes the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. And before production called, before the producers called my agent to tell them I'd booked the job, they already knew, obviously, that they wanted me for the job. And so they told wardrobe, and then they forgot to, or not forgot, they delayed on calling my agent. So I got a call from the wardrobe people before I even got a call from my agent telling them that I booked the job. So that was pretty funny, getting a call from the wardrobe people saying, yeah, we want to schedule your fitting. And I was like, oh, and they're like, whatever show it was. And so, yeah, when my agent called and said, you booked the job, I said, yeah, I know, the wardrobe people already called me. So that's only happened twice in 20 years. So usually your agent will call you, book the job, you wait for the call, the wardrobe people will call you. What they do then is they are going to schedule a fitting for you, for your wardrobe, for your costume, whatever you're going to wear, whether it's a television show, a film, or a commercial, which is also called a spot. So for your spot on the TV commercial. So the wardrobe people will call you. One of the first things they'll ask you is they want you, even though on your, somewhere on Actors Access or somewhere they've got a breakdown of your sizes. But they're going to ask you for your sizes anyway, because a lot of times actors, especially if they've been around for a while, they'll do a size chart. They'll do their waist and their shirt size and their pant size and their hat size, glove, whatever, dress size. And then that will sit there for a while. And people gain weight and they lose weight and their sizes change. And sometimes they don't remember to update their sizes on their size sheets on Actors Access or, Frontier Casting or wherever they have their size sheets. So that's one thing. If your sizes change dramatically, change your size sheets on those websites. So, but they will ask you for your sizes anyway. They always do. They never go off of what is on the internet or on the web, on the website. They always want to ask you. So they'll ask you waist, inseam, length of pants, dress size, shirt size, sleeve length, collar length, neck, hat, maybe if you're wearing a hat, gloves, sometimes, rarely, but sometimes, and if you know your glove size, it's just good to know all your sizes. Now, here's another thing that's pretty important. When it comes to revealing your sizes to the wardrobe people, do not put your ego completely aside. Do not give them the wrong size. And that may sound obvious, but actors do it. They're like, oh, well, if a guy's used to be a size 34 and now he's a size 38 and he's embarrassed because he's a little chubby or he's fat or whatever. First of all, they know what you look like. They booked you off of your tape or they saw you in the room or whatever. So they know how big you are. So giving them the wrong size just to help you feel better is going to mess everything up and they're going to be very upset with you. So if you used to be a 34 and now you're a 38, don't tell them 36. Tell them 38 because you're a 38. And they may have hired you just for that reason because you are a 38. They don't want a size 34. They don't want a guy who's 200 pounds. They want a guy who's 240 pounds. So just be super honest with the wardrobe people, men and women, children, everyone. Even though children probably won't lie to the wardrobe people, now that I think about it. Yeah, no, they won't. Because their parents will be. Anyway, here's the other thing. For men anyway, and I know this from personal experience, if you are let's say you're a size 36 waist, it's always better, and it's always been better for me to go up one size. Now, I know it's like, well, my pants will be too big or whatever. They're going to have, there might be an audio pack tucked in the back of your belt. It may be on the outside of your belt, but if your shirt's tucked in, they're going to tuck it on the inside. Now, you may have a jacket on, they may put it on your ankle, but every once in a while, they'll tuck it inside your pants on your belt, which takes up, a good inch and a half. And so your pants will be much tighter, and sometimes there's no option. That's where they have to put it. Usually they'll find another option, but sometimes they can't. So always err on the side of caution. It's always easier for them to take your pant size in an inch than it is to let it out an inch. Sometimes they don't have the fabric to let it out. So pretty important. Women, the same thing for your pant size. Dresses, doesn't really matter. It'll be tucked underneath or somewhere else. But always go up an inch if you can, or up a size. Now, here's the other thing. If you're playing a cop, this is vital information. If you're playing a cop, always go up a size. If you're a 36, go to a 38. Always. Cop uniforms, for some reason, the costume departments at the big costume houses, their pants for law enforcement are always small. They're very slim. They're sort of almost European, so they're a very slim fit. So if you're 36, absolutely go 38 if you're playing a cop or any sort of law enforcement. Vital. Okay, so you get your sizes, and then they call you, and then they tell you schedule a fitting. So they're going to say, let's say they talk to you on a Monday. They're going to say, can you come in on Wednesday? It's usually 1 or 2 days after they call you. Then they'll schedule a time, they'll give you the location, and then you show up to the fitting. Now, the fitting is going to be at some sound stage, if it's on a studio lot, or it'll be at some other location. Go there, be early, which is to say be on time, be early, be 15 minutes early. Plan on waiting there plan on it taking anywhere from, my shortest fitting was 15 minutes, and that's only because it was a campaign I was doing. I always wore the same thing. We had done a bunch of these commercials. I came in just to make sure the pants and shirt still fit. Went in, went out, done. The longest has been 4 hours. So I was at a fitting for 4 hours. So if you have a regular job or some other job or something to do, block out that time, block out 4 hours. It's probably not going to take 4 hours. It usually takes about 90 minutes, hour and a half, something like that. But it could take 2 hours, could take 3 hours. I went in one time it was a commercial, and I was there for 3 hours. 3 hours, it was a commercial. I was wearing a bathrobe. That's it, wearing a bathrobe. It's a little more difficult with commercials, because if you've got someone else in the commercial with you, they have to match your clothing to their clothing. The colors have to be just right. Whatever room you're in, they need to know what the colors in the room are in, because that's a big deal to them. Whatever colors you're wearing can't clash or be the same as the backdrop or the background or your co-star or the kids or the dog or whatever. So you also have an ad agency that has a creative team, 2, 3, 4 people sometimes. Then you have the client who has 2, 3, 4 people sometimes. Then you have the director. So you have as many as 10 people sometimes making a decision on what color your shirt's going to be. So it could take a while. Now, the wardrobe people do the best they can, and then they hand it over. You'll go into a room, you'll get fitted for your clothes, shirt, tie, or whatever you're wearing. Then you wait. Then they parade you into a room where the This is for a commercial, by the way, where the ad agency and the client will be, the director will be there, and they'll all just stare at you, and they'll look at you, and they'll be like, oh, yeah. Is there a fuchsia shirt that he can put on? We picked one of those. Yep. So you'll go and you'll put the fuchsia shirt on because that seems like a better color. They even care what color your shoes are and what kind of shoes they are. And normally they're never, ever looking at your shoes. Unless it's a shoe commercial, if they're looking at your shoes, something's gone horribly wrong. So anyway, all that aside, you will go, you'll be paraded into this room full of people. They'll all stare at you. Then they'll say something to the wardrobe people. They'll go out, you'll change, you'll come back, go out, change, come back. Sometimes that takes quite some time. Now, if you're going to do a TV show or a film, it's much different. What happens then is you will go into a room. They'll put you in whatever outfit that you're supposed to be in. They'll take pictures of that. Then they'll have you change. They'll take pictures of that. They'll have you change pictures of that. And then they'll take all those pictures and they'll bring them into a separate room where all the people are that make the decisions. And they'll all look and they'll go, we like that. And then they'll come in and go, okay, you're done. So a TV show or a film is much different. You have your picture taken. They do it all via pictures. And sometimes the commercial people do that too. You're not always paraded into a room. They will snap a picture and they'll text it or email it, and then other people are in some other room anyway. So that's how that process goes. Then you leave. So now you've done your wardrobe fitting. Okay. It's taken, an hour to 3 hours, maybe 4, but hardly ever 4. But it has happened. Then you go home and you wait. And then you're going to get a call from the production company. And you're going to get an email because you're going to have given them your email address. You're going to get an email with a call sheet on it. And the call sheet, I'm probably going to do another video on call sheet because it's very complicated. But your call sheet essentially has everyone's name, their title, director, producer, first AD, second AD, catering, wardrobe, makeup. Everyone's name is on there and their title, along with a phone number where you can contact them now, or an email address. The director, usually the phone number and email are not there, and the producers no, but everyone else, all the rest of the crew, to the lighting, the gaffer, everyone's on there. So this is this is such an important document, the call sheet, because what the call sheet allows you to do is the call sheet allows you to do your homework. And this is where you really have to scramble to dig in to find out who's who on the set. Now, I have a couple of videos of who's who on the set telling you their title and all that. You can find them somewhere in my thing. But this gives you an opportunity to do your homework. So then you can look up the director. Okay, that's his name. Because sometimes you don't know the director's name until you have booked the job and get the call sheet. So now you have the director's name. So Google the director, find out IMDb, find out who he is, what he's done, all those things. Write them down, make a cheat sheet for yourself. That way, when you're on the set, and you've done this, by the way, with everyone, not just the director, the producers, the writer, the ad agency people, know who the key players are. Find out what they've done and make a little chart and keep that with you. Because now you go onto the set and you're like, oh yeah, he directed Ghostbusters. I'm going to talk to him about that when the time is right, when it's appropriate. Not, hey, like a big, 13-year-old fan of Ghostbusters. But if they've done something you've seen and or you genuinely like their work or have seen and liked their work, you should mention it on some downtime. You say, oh, by the way, I saw that McDonald's commercial you did. That was really cute with the little girl. She was on the teeter-totter, and then that was good. That was well done. So, because I looked up the director, and I saw his reel, and I saw that he'd done a McDonald's commercial. And I saw the girl, and I thought it was cute. So I gave him a genuine compliment. They don't forget that. They don't forget that you have done some research to find out who they are. They remember that. The producers remember that. The director especially remembers that. The next time you have an audition, and your name comes across their desk, they go, oh, Dan Warner. Yeah, I worked with him on that Audi spot. He's a really nice guy. Well, I'm a really nice guy because I told him he did great on a McDonald's commercial. And also, I am a nice guy. That's why you're nice to everybody all the time, because now Brad, the director, is going to go, you know what, I like him. Let's hire him for this. Now, it's not always his decision only, but anyhow, I think you get the gist of it. Do your homework. Find out who everyone is. Find out what they've done. And that seems like a daunting task, but it's not. Just write it down. Director, Bob Smith. He's done this, 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 and this. Circle the ones you like. Think about something that you might want to talk to him about if there's time, if it's appropriate. Any of your fellow actors, find out what they've done. Go to their IMDb page. Find out what TV shows they've been on. You know, maybe watch one of them. You know, especially if it's a TV show and the guy's done a bunch of stuff. Your co-star's done a bunch of stuff. You know, talk to him about it. A lot of these, and I've said this before, a lot of these the stars of these shows are also producers and executive producers on the show, and they help make decisions for hiring people. So the call sheet, man, it's a nice tool if you know how to use it, and so that's how you use it. Okay, so now you've got the call sheet, and you're supposed to be, at Paramount Studios at 8 a.m. on next Tuesday. So you want to be at Paramount Studios not at 8 a.m. next Tuesday. You want to be at Paramount Studios at 7 a.m. next Tuesday. You want to plan for being there 1 hour before your call time. Now, that may sound ridiculous, but I've been doing this for 20 years, and I always plan for 1 hour before I'm supposed to be there. I'm in LA. It accounts for traffic, any kind of nonsense that happens on the road. I gotta stop and get gas. Okay, once you get there, you're not done yet because you've got to park your car and then get in a shuttle van, and then the shuttle van has to take you to the location. Sometimes it's not on the studio lot, but if it is on the studio lot, you've got to find stage 17. Well, if you've been to Paramount Studios, it's gigantic. Universal, Jesus, you've got to now I got to go find stage 17. They give you a little map with tiny little writing. It's like, there's stage 17 right there. So you've got to go find stage 17. That might take you half an hour. I'm not kidding you. I mean, you may have to walk for 15 minutes to try to find and get to the stage, asking people directions. 1 hour. Get there an hour before. Listen, if you get there an hour before and you find the place in 5 minutes, good for you. Sit around and wait. It's better to be there and to be waiting than to have them go, where's our talent? Because they'll call you the talent. And man, if they're waiting for you, it ain't good. It's never good. All right, so be there an hour early from the call sheet. Now you get there, you're going to go through hair and makeup. First, you'll do wardrobe second. You'll be wearing the same thing that you wore, that they put you in a couple days earlier. You'll go through, they'll do your hair, your makeup. If you're a guy, they do a little touch up and knock down the ruddiness and comb your hair. Sometimes they cut it. Hair and makeup, then you'll go to your trailer. The PA some PA will help you. You'll find the second AD sometimes will help you find your trailer or find your room wherever you're changing and all that. They'll find all your stuff, and that'll all be on the call sheet. So the person that you want to talk to, your contact person, they'll have their name on the call sheet. So when you get to the lot or you get to the location, you ask, hey, where's Sally? She's my, Sally, and they'll all know. They all have walkie-talkies also. This is very important. They all have walkie-talkies, and their name is in yellow tape with black letters usually, right on the back of the walkie-talkie. So if one of the PAs is named Sally, her name's on her walkie-talkie, and you're going to be able to see it. So if you forget her name, look at their walkie-talkie, and then call them by their name. They like that. Everyone likes that. The first AD, the second AD, they'll all have walkie-talkies. But you also have your call sheet that you should bring with you to the set so that you know, for reference. I bring mine, I fold it up, I put it in my pocket. Sometimes I leave it in my trailer if I know everyone. Your cheat sheet where you've written down everything, you should absolutely have that with you. You should have all that stuff with you. Tuck it in a pocket or find a spot for it. because that stuff is valuable when you're there, because you don't always have time to go back to your trailer or back to your room. And you want to be able to reference that. God, what's the first AD's name again? Whoop. Carl. Hey, Carl, when I do this thing and the thing and the thing, and Carl likes that because Carl's a first AD, which is a first assistant director. Carl's not always going to be a first assistant director, because what first assistant directors do is they usually go on to be directors. That's why they're first assistant directors. Be nice to everybody. Be nice to Carl, the first AD. The second ADs become first ADs, become directors. That's how that all goes. Anyway, so this is all really valuable information. This is going to flatten your learning curve by a ton. Now, you've gotten there, you've gone through, you've met the PA, they've taken you to your room, you've gone through hair and makeup, you've gone through wardrobe, and now we wait. And you wait until they call you, and then you go to the set, you do a rehearsal, usually you only get one. I've talked about this in other videos. And then you go either back to your room and wait, and then they call you in, and bang, there you go. You are a star on a TV show or a commercial or a film, and you do your thing before you leave. If you have time, not if you have time, if they're available, you go around and you thank everyone. You thank the director, you thank the first AD for sure. If the producers are there, now don't go out of your way and fall all over yourself to thank everybody. Sometimes they're moving on and doing something else, and you don't have time to do that. But thank everybody. Thank the makeup people. Thank the hair people. Thank everyone. And again, do it just politely and discreetly. Hey, thanks a lot. It's great working with you, blah, blah, blah. Super important. And then go home and then crack a giant bottle of champagne and celebrate. Or water if you don't drink, or beer or prune juice, or, whatever you drink. I'm not here to judge you. Drink whatever you want. I just have milk. Buttermilk. I have buttermilk. No, I don't really have buttermilk. That's what happens when you book a job. That's what happens right after you book a job, from sort of soup to nuts. If you have any questions about what I've covered so far, if I've missed something that you're like, hey, what about this, that, or the other, there's a giant comment section right down below. You should leave a comment in the section, or a question, or if you have an idea for a video that you want me to do, if I have the knowledge and the time. No, I have the time. I got nothing going on. No, I'm kidding. If you have a suggestion about a video, let me know, and I will be happy to consider it for sure. I also do private coaching. I don't know if you knew that or not. I have all that information in the information down below. My website is danwarnermedia.com. I have a beautiful how to get an agent introduction letter template that's invaluable. That's on my website, and the link is down below. My private coaching link is down below. My website is down below. There's other tutorials and tips and tricks and all kinds of cool stuff. You should like this video. This is one of the best ones I've ever done, ever, if you're still watching, which I'm sure 2 of you still are watching. Yeah, like this, share this, tell all your friends, and that's what happened. Now go book a job so you can go do all those fun things. All right, that's it. I'll be here next week doing another episode of the Partridge Family. Ha! How about that? You didn't see that coming. Partridge Family. I always thought the girl was really cute. Remember her name. Susan Day was her real name. Lori, I think it was Lori. She was cute.